Hello friends! Already fourth episode of season 1 of Marketing Talkie is in front of you, so we are glad that you are here with us again. Like always, here is Dorothy from Start My Brand speaking and welcome you with greetings. Are you ready for some AdSense tips today? Just a small reminder, if you do not know us yet, we are a digital marketing agency which operates in the market from over 10 years, helping entrepreneurs, small business owners and private to achieve their goals with the branding, rebranding or social media marketing. We are also offering services in the content marketing, public relations or any kind of graphic design. Another episode of our podcast is a bit longer and is dedicated to entrepreneurs which have a knowledge of SEO to give them additional infos and tips about it. If you are a freshener in that matter, also do not be worried, since this information will help you to achieve better goals in the future as a business owner. Stay with us because we will be talking about 11 AdSense tips and tricks to maximize your potential earnings. As you know, we also like to share free resources on every podcast, so stay with us until the end, because today we also have a special material just for you. Are you ready? Yes? Let's start, since today's episode is full of useful information. If you are a bit in the market, you probably know that the AdSense is a great tool for monetizing your website. Unfortunately, a large number of users fall prey to some common mistakes and never even realize that they are functioning way below their maximum earning potential. Here are 11 AdSense tips that will help you optimize your website for both higher revenue and an enhanced user experience that Start My Brand prepared just for you. First, build an audience before setting up AdSense. Though it may be tempting to set up AdSense on your website right after you've published the first piece of content, the temptation is best avoided. Cluttering your website with ads before anybody really knows about it will likely put visitors off, and consequently, they'll be less likely to share or link to it. This limits your ability to emerge as an authority in your niche. Focus instead on winning a sizable audience in terms of email subscribers, RSS readers, and monthly visitors before you start displaying ads. Second, use multiple ad units to maximize conversion. A simple way to bump up your AdSense click rate and revenue is to place ad units of more than one type. For example, AdSense for content, link, and search, and in different sizes on your pages. This way, your users are served more ads from Google's large ad inventory, increasing the probability that they will end up clicking on one of them. Make sure that the best located ad on your web page shows up first in your HTML code. This will ensure that your most visible ad, real estate, is taken by ads that place the highest in the auction, increasing your revenue. And remember to adhere to the AdSense maximum ad policy, which is up to 3 AdSense for content units, up to 3 link units, and up to 2 search units on each page to avoid having your account banned. Third, limit the number of ads above the fold. In web design terminology, above the fold refers to the portion of a web page that are visible without scrolling. When too many ad units are placed above the fold, users get turned off, because finding the content that they came in for is difficult and the tendency to exit the page increases. As a result of this, bear in mind very important rule that Google now penalizes such pages, so they will penalize you. Fourth, optimize the color impact of text ad units. Experimenting with the color of text ad units is essential to increasing their visibility. An ad style that works on a light website then may look too bright and distracting on a darker one, turning users away not only from the ad but from the web page. For the most unobtrusive user experience, match the background and border color of the ad unit to the background of the page where the ad will be placed. For a more distinct ad, match background and border colors to your website, but don't match them exactly where the ads are placed. Try out different styles and measure ad performance over time to settle on the best performing format. 5th, create and implement responsive ads. This ties into a larger point of implementing a responsive design on your website, which is something you really need to do if you are running a website in 2022. Wikipedia explains responsive design as follows. Responsive web design, RWD, is an approach to a web design aimed at crafting sites to provide an optimal viewing experience, easy reading and navigation with a minimum of resizing mobile phones. Last year, ComScore, which is a multi-platform that provides an unduplicated view of total audience behavior across desktops, smartphones and tablets, reported that mobile platforms, which are smartphones and tablets, combined account for 60% total digital media time spent, up from 50% a year ago. If your website is not optimized for these devices, you're missing out on a big opportunity to capture this audience. So, what does this have to do with AdSense, you can say? Well, AdSense plays well with responsive design and allows you to generate codes for responsive ad units, which automatically resize themselves to offer the best viewing experience to the mobile audience. Do this now, because that 60% is a number that's only going to go north. 6. Link your AdSense and Analytics accounts. Linking your AdSense and Google Analytics accounts give you access to AdSense metrics such as revenue, clicks, and impressions, which you can add to your favorite analytics report to get a better understanding of how well your pages or content is monetizing. This data can assist in optimizing your site, such as the optimal ad load or what type of content to focus on. Once you've linked your properties, you can use insights from analytics to refine and optimize your AdSense ad units, improving the overall performance of your website. 7. Keep your design and content user focused. In the mad race to increase ad revenues, it's easy to lose sight of the real goal of why your website or business exists in the first place, to provide value to users. Use a judicial mix of ads and content so that users are not overwhelmed by the former. Sometimes ads are placed haphazardly on the web page and in between content without any thought to usability or aesthetics. Even Google says that to get the most of your account, you should first consider the user and then think about anything else. Doing it the way around is like putting the horse before the cart. It's never going to work. 8. Publish high-quality content on a regular basis. This really is the big one. The other points are all just tweaks in one way or another, but when it comes to AdSense earnings, content really is the king. Simply put, no traffic, no money. More traffic, more money, right? But this is always easier said than done. It helps to publish content about a topic that you're both interested in and have some level of expertise in, as people will then be more likely to view you as an influencer on your topic. Google's algorithm rewards websites that publish content on a regular basis with a high ranking, and consequently higher traffic. So make sure your publishing is more predictable than erratic. Finally, going the extra mile to optimize your content for search engines can yield great results in terms of organic traffic, especially in the long run. 9. A/B test your ad units. Experimenting allows you to pit one variation of ad settings against another variation and select the one that performs the best. You can compare the performance of text-only ad units to ad units that have both text and display enabled, or analyze the effect of changing the color of ad text on ad performance, or determine the impact on your revenue by serving ads in the sensitive and/or general categories. Also, you need a little tech savvy to navigate your way through the entire process of preparing your experiment, creating your experiment, monitoring your experiment, and finally choosing your winner. It's all well worth the effort. If you are looking for a smarter, automated solution for this, you could try out our free resource for this podcast, which is included in this episode. It's a list of advanced A/B testing softwares and websites available online. You can automatically create multiple variations for you and then select the combination that performs the best. To find it, just check the description of the podcast to see the details and the link where you can download your free copy. Point 10. Go easy with the blocking and filtering. Each ad that you block by URL will be one more ad that won't be bidding for space on your website in the auction, effectively reducing the earning potential of that ad space. Furthermore, advertisers whose ads you block may decide that they don't want to advertise with you in the future. The same thing happens when you filter out entire categories, but on a larger scale. Don't block ads unless it's absolutely necessary. Just bear it in mind, it's very, very important. 11. Keep yourself updated. The Google Help Center has this brilliant AdSense optimization overview that you could look at and take ideas from the get more mileage out of your AdSense account. What are some of the things you do to optimize your earnings from AdSense? Share in the comments and let us know. At the end, we also have a small frequently asked questions section for you to understand better our podcast informations. First, what is earning potential? The earning potential refers to the potential gains from dividend payments and capital appreciation. Therefore, it represents the maximum profit a corporation can make. It is often passed on to the investors in the form of dividends. Second, what are responsive ads? A responsive ad automatically adjusts its size, appearance, and format to fit within the available ad space. An ad may appear as a small text ad in one place and as a large image ad in another. Advertisers enter their assets such as headlines, descriptions, images, and logos to create ads. Third, what is customer-focused content? Customer-focused content is informed by audience knowledge and presented in a way that appeals to them. Content that delivers greater value can differentiate customer-centric organizations. That's all for today's episode, friends. We believe that you found it interesting and useful. Please let us know if we should do more podcasts related to SEO in the comments. Thank you for your time today, and do not forget to follow Start My Brand on Instagram, YouTube, or Facebook channels to be updated about new episodes of Marketing Talkie every 2 weeks. Stay tuned, my friends, and best of luck from Dorothy.